Good evening and welcome to the July 10th meeting of the Beavercreek Parks, Recreation, and Culture Board. We'll begin by calling this meeting to order, and we'll start with a roll call, please.
Mr. Corbett.
Here.
Mr. Tips.
Here.
Mrs. Heaton.
Here.
Mrs. Meyer and Mrs. Fulcher could not attend the meeting this evening.
Right, thank you, Jackie. You have before you the minutes from our June 12th meeting. When you have a minute to peruse those, if you haven't already, would accept a motion to approve the minutes.
I perused them, so I'll move to approve the minutes from the June 12th.
Okay, so Dan motions to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. So thanks for putting those minutes together, Jackie. They are approved. So division report. Aaron.
Good evening. We always start off with our benefit of the month of Parks and Recreation. This month is that Parks and Recreation programs and services contribute to the health of children, youth, adults, and seniors. There's a photo there of some young girls playing on one of the accessible swings out at Owens Place at Victory Park, which is a park district park that the city is managing and maintaining now. We want to give another big shout out to our sponsor of the 4th of July celebration and fireworks. UES has been a sponsor for several years of the 4th of July event. This year is their 45th anniversary, and they are a great community partner. So we want to thank UES again for their generous support. Moving on to the Senior Center, we've got some numbers to report. It's been a couple of months since we've seen some of these numbers. We report on some of the attendance numbers as well as transportation program. You'll see we do have some of the numbers from 2017. These are numbers on May programs. We had about 300 people in lunches, down a little bit from last year. But you'll see a huge increase from last year in the fitness class attendance. And then our total attendance was around just under 6,000 people, actually, 5,700. And volunteer hours are always huge at the Senior Center. There are so many activities and programs that we could not do without all of those volunteers. Our transportation is actually down a little bit from the 2017 transportation numbers in May. We traveled 5,700 miles for a total of 791 trips in May. Some of the noteworthy programs that happened in June. We had balance assessments on June 8th, and Brittany from Spring Hill came to do those assessments. She had spots for 10 people to do balance assessments and then had a waiting list. She's going to work on rescheduling all of those people or scheduling them, I guess, to get in and do balance assessments with them. As we know, balance is an important factor for some of our older adults and their overall health. So we always like to provide things like that as a free service. So we thank Spring Hill for sending someone over to do that. Legacy Village and Museum invited us over for a tour. On June 13th, they provided the transportation, a tour, and lunch, which of course, if you include lunch, it's always popular. We had 24 people attend that. And the big special event in June was our Hawaiian Luau. People are always dressed to impress at these special events, and the luau was no exception. You see some of our members enjoying the luau there in that photo. It was on June 21st. We sold out the 120 tickets. That's about as many people as we can get with tables and chairs in our great room there at the Senior Center. And it was sponsored by Day Springs. So we thank them for that sponsorship of that event and really had a fun time. We have some new programs. One of them that has already started is called A Matter of Balance. It's an 8-week class put on by Goodwill Easter Seals. This is a free program, and they teach things like balance, fall prevention, improving flexibility, balance, and strength. We've got 12 people registered, and 9 have attended the first class. we'll see how the rest of it goes. And some upcoming programs. One of those that's new is our internet safety class. That's 2 days that you go to both days on the 23rd and 30th of this month. And it's a 2-hour class each day, so 10 to noon. It's a free class to learn about internet safety. So I'd highly recommend signing up for that. There are limited spaces, as with most of our programs at the Senior Center. We have an AARP driving class that we host annually, always very popular. It's a 9 to 1 on July 27th. And there is a fee to this one, but if you check with your insurance, a lot of insurance gives discounts for completing this class. And if you're an AARP member, you also get a discounted rate as well. Operation Card Angels is coming up on July 27th. This is something we've done the last several years where we sign cards, Christmas cards and holiday season cards to go overseas to our servicemen and women in our military services. So we get ready in Christmas and July already to get those cards ready for them. So that's just an opportunity to swing by between 1 and 3 and sign a few cards with maybe some nice messages for the holiday time. And then our end of the season, end of the summer party, the corn roast, is on August 10th at noon. Get your tickets now, as this will sell out, and bring a covered dish to share. We want to thank Beavercreek Church of the Nazarene for sponsoring the corn roast. They bring ribs and corn, and we also cook up some hot dogs if you don't want ribs as well. Moving over to the recreation side of things, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Miss Beavercreek Civic Pageant at our last meeting, so I did want to shout out to Miss Beavercreek Eliana Cade and Miss Junior Beavercreek Emily Kuchera. You can see them pictured there with the Miss Beavercreek and Miss Junior Beavercreek from 2017, as those ladies were passing on their titles to the winners in 2018. So you'll see Eliana and Emily around the community at various events this year, and we're honored to have them serving the community as Miss Beavercreek and Miss Junior Beavercreek. I also want to thank some of our park board members for their roles in the Miss Beavercreek Civic Pageant. Sharon Fulcher has been our head judge for several years, and Eric Corbett has been our MC. I believe this was your 5th year in a row, so it's been a lot of fun. Maybe not your 5th year, something. Okay, coming up, we've got our annual Youth and Teen Talent Contest. This is part of the Miami Valley Recreation Activities Council Talent Contest. So area agencies put on a local show and contest, and the winners move on to the finale at the Phrase, which actually this year is the following week, July 25th. But in order to perform at the Phrase, you have to win in one of the preliminary contests. So ours is coming up next Tuesday, the 17th at 6 o'clock. The deadline to register, if you are or you know a young person, 19 and under, who has a talent to share with the community, make sure you get a hold of our office prior to Friday. Friday is the deadline, or we also have a limited number of spots. So if those fill up first, you'll want to make sure you get one of those. I also want to thank the Beavercreek Community Theater for always hosting this event and providing the stage and sound and lighting support as well. They do a great job. We do have a couple of Party in Your Parks still coming up. This Friday, July 13th, we'll be at E.J. Nutter Park, providing activities and fun and park updates for the whole community and anybody who lives nearby Nutter Park. And then on July 27th, we'll be at Walnut Grove Park. We start these at 5:30. We'll be around for approximately 2 hours or however long people want to hang out and continue having fun with us. And our summer concert series continues. We have 3 more Sundays of summer concerts. These are from 7 to 8 p.m. at Dominic Lafino Park. A community favorite that we haven't seen in several years is back this Sunday, called Spit and Image. They're a twin act that's musical comedy. So I know some people who've been attending our summer concert series for several years might remember them when they go out there on Sunday night. We've got a new act, Side FX Trio, that we've never had in the lineup before, on July 22nd. And then on July 29th, to close out the series, Rocket 88 is back. They have done our concert series the past several years. So we're excited to welcome them back. I also want to thank 7UP and the Beavercreek Women's League for their support. And our big end of the summer event is our movie night in the park. This year we are showing Peter Rabbit. We had several options that the community members voted on at our summer kickoff and kite fly event. Peter Rabbit was the winning movie option. So we're excited to watch that together out at Dominic Lafino Park on August 10th. It's a Friday night. We will reserve Saturday, the 11th, as a rain date just in case. And then we have fun provided thanks to Beavercreek Nazarene, the Green Optimist Club, and Fresh Time. All sorts of Kona Ice, hot dogs, popcorn, face painting, inflatables, all sorts of fun. That starts at 7, and then we show the movie around dusk, approximately 9 p.m., depending on the cloud coverage and sunset that day. And it's already time to think about our fall adult softball leagues. Registration is open now, and our fall league actually starts in the middle of August. We play a 7-week season with an end of season tournament. And there are men's and co-eds leagues available, so come on out and play with us. Whether you had a team in the summer or not, we'll still welcome you to play in the fall. And one of our new programs, we've got another session starting up again soon, is our Taekwondo. This is on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's a 2-hour-long session each night, and for a 6-week session, it's only $66 for residents, a very reasonable cost for a martial arts class. We're going to be holding this in the Lafino Plaza multipurpose room, and it's a mixed ages class, so anyone ages 8 all the way through adults can register. We also have some new events coming up with our partnership with the Greene County Public Library. Entertain the Fishes is Wednesday, July 18th from 10 to 11 a.m. And this is geared towards families with 5 to 10-year-olds. We'll be doing rock painting, enjoying stories about fish, and we're trying fishing out at Community Park. We have laughter yoga for adults. That's a free laughter yoga class actually this Saturday out at Wortinger Park. We are taking registration for both of these programs, Entertain the Fish and Laughter Yoga. So make sure you sign up with either the Beavercreek Library or with our office. And then there's a meteor shower on Saturday, August 11th. So from 9 to 10, we'll welcome an astronomer out to tell us about the meteor shower and for everyone to enjoy together. And they'll have a telescope out there as well. This is for adults and families. We're going to be setting up in Victory Park, actually. Are there any questions about what we've got going on?
Well, that was a lot of information, which is great. I did have one question. You showed the statistics from the senior center and almost a 70% increase on the fitness classes. I wonder, are we making more use of the new space? Is that part of the reason for the growth there, or why? If not, why do you think we've seen such growth?
I think it's that those numbers should not just be fitness room. Those should be actual participation in the programs. Okay. So either people are marking that they're going to a fitness class when they're really going to the fitness room and our numbers are skewed a little bit, or we are offering additional fitness class options and some options at other times a day. So I think that might be part of it as well.
That's either way, that's great. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Aaron. Mm-hmm. And then we can move right into the park report. Hey, Kim.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And also just to play off of what Aaron just said about fitness, we've also noticed too, so like some of the classes that we have moved into the new space because they've outgrown the great room. So now that we're able to put them in, like the multi-purpose,
Right.
one of them is Brian's class. That is very, very popular. They had to kind of limit it in the great room just because of space. But now that they're in the multi-purpose room, they're at 60, coming up on 70 people. And that's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
That's
and-
exactly what you want. Right?
It's absolutely, it just, you love seeing these numbers grow, and as people call in, ask for, meeting space, or they want to do this or that, it's just, we're at the point now, I'm like, well, that day's booked, but here's this day, so we're seeing a lot of those great challenges that we did exactly what the community needed. They needed more space, they needed meeting room space, and we've got it, so it's been fantastic. But so I'm going to talk a little bit about parks. Yeah, why not? So this past Saturday, we did our community build at Gersh Park. I want to thank, we just had a couple people from the neighborhood. Didn't get last names, but Larry and John, appreciate you guys coming out and helping us out. I'll show you some pictures, but it was a 10-foot tower playground structure that we put together. Got it all together on Saturday, and then our staff put the roof finalized on yesterday. But, again, this was not only city doing and our levy dollars to put things together, but we've talked a little bit also about the Silver Squad. 3 Girl Scouts in middle school, this was their silver project. So this is what the shelter looked like before. Everything is in good shape. It's just showing some wear and tear. And you can see it in the background, and they actually matched it up and redid the swing set. They power washed both the swing set and the shelter, primed everything, and repainted. Don't mind the caution fencing. So again, I don't think we can thank them enough for what they did. Certainly saving the city money on having to redo all that, but then also the time, I don't think we would have gotten to that. And so you would have had that bluish color that would no longer match our new playground structure. So again, this is what our old structure looks like. That structure is still up. It is still open right now. We wanted to make sure, because we knew we wouldn't get this done before summer ended, or before summer began, I guess I should say. And we wanted the kids to have something to play on. So this has been open throughout the whole construction process. Once we get our new structure open, this will be closed down. You can play on the new stuff, and we'll take this out. So we went from this to this. I think it's really cool. Again, it's 10 foot. We've got the 2 side slides. One is the tunnel, one is the curlicue. And I can speak from experience, the curlicue does work. It is solid. So, but it's really cool. As you go up, there's a climbing wall on one side. You can kind of see that yellow climbing pole. I'm not sure exactly the real name for it, but then stairs. There's a smaller slide on the other side, and then panels to play on. You can see at the top that black and white. As you spin that, I think you can get hypnotized and just get a little dizzy, but do that from the ground. On the other side is a rainbow. So all different colors coming through. There's a marble panel. There's a steering wheel. It's a lot of play value in that. So really cool. Our staff, like I said, put the roof on yesterday, leveling everything out. Today concrete went in, and so we'll just kind of keep progressing through, get mulch down, and we anticipate this being open the next couple weeks. So along with this project, and what we're trying to do with all our playgrounds, is concrete curb the playgrounds in, so you can kind of see some of the playground or the curbing in, along with new side paths. So this is from the street. You'll have a side path going all the way down to the playground structure, and you can kind of see from the street it forks to the left, and that would get you to the shelter. So again, this is, if the playground's behind you, finishing out those side paths. And around the swing set, we also have that concrete curbed in. The hope is that it holds the mulch inside close to each of the structures instead of fanning out everywhere. One of the things to finish out this project too this fall is we have a Eagle Scout who's going to come in and plant trees. So if you've been by Gersh anytime lately, you've noticed that we unfortunately did have to take down a lot of trees due to the emerald ash borer. So we're looking to replant and get more shade back to the park. So on the other side, a couple weeks ago, I'm sorry, that was the end of Gersh. If anybody had any questions, I can take them at the end. A couple weeks ago, we did meet for our master plan steering committee. We have started that process. Again, this is a 10-year master plan looking at our entire park system, and we did include Community Park and Victory Park, which are park district parks, but the city is now operating and maintaining those. So we wanted to make sure that we have an all-encompassing master plan. So the pictures that you see are little business side cards. So if you see those around, on the one side it says, what do you want to see at Beavercreek Parks? On the flip side is the information to where to get the survey. We're doing an online survey. You can just go to the SurveyMonkey site. If you have a QR code reader on your phone, you can just snap a picture. That'll get you to the survey. And the bottom line is we are going to be doing more of an interactive website called Mind Mixer. So once we get the survey results, we'll be able to put up a couple questions at a time on Mind Mixer. So if somebody's like, oh, do you want to see more fitness classes? Sure do. Well, what does that look like to you? Is it, jogging classes? Is it tennis? So we can get more like one-on-one or just more interaction to delve deeper into some of the questions. There will be individuals in the community. We are doing a statistically valid survey. So if you get one of those through the mail, we do ask that you fill that out. Again, this is not my plan, Aaron's plan, Park Board plan. It is the community's plan. And as we progress, we'll certainly keep updating everybody on where we are. One of the first things that we'll start looking at, and I'm really excited to see, is what we've completed from the last master plan. We did a master plan in 2010, and we have completed a whole lot of projects over the past years, and just to kind of see where we're at, what we've accomplished, and what more is to come. So if you see any of those, we're asking everybody in the community to fill those out, and so we can see what everybody is interested in having. So, but I know Eric is sitting on the board, Candy, and then we also asked Christina to join us also. So being a new board member, living in the community, and then certainly a small business owner. So I think we'll get some good input from, and then as far as our steering committee, we also have somebody from sports organization, from the culture side, from the theater side. We're trying to get a whole variety of backgrounds. So, and that'll be the steering committee. So with that, I am certainly happy to answer any questions, whether it's the master plan, Gersh Park, or any of our parks or projects.
Don't see any. Thank you, Kim. No old business on the agenda, which brings us up to new business, and that will be either, I'm not sure which one of you has some information for us on some upcoming volunteer opportunities for the board and community.
Absolutely. So Erin mentioned in her division report, we do have a park party this Friday evening at 5:30 at Nutter Park. We have staff going out there to provide games, and we are also going to be talking about if there's any improvements to Nutter Park. Zach Waiku, you have met, he presented it last month. He'll be out there and just kind of talking to the community, and so it's kind of that help to talk to people, see what they want done at the park. 2 weeks after that, July 27th, we'll be at Walnut Grove. Again, kind of the same setup, running activities, and then again, here's what is on the timeline for 2019 of what we want to do at Walnut Grove, or here's the schedule, but what does the community or that neighborhood want to see? And the last one is the movie on August 10th. Because the movie is busy enough, we've decided to add more to it because, hey, why not? But that's going to be our big kickoff to the master plan. Pat Hoagland from Brandstetter Carroll will be there with a tent, and he'll be setting up and kind of handing out play money and saying, hey, here's all the different things that, we may see as far as park improvements. Where do you want to put your money? So that's kind of be the big kickoff. And then on top of that, we are also going to be doing a ribbon cutting for the story walk. So certainly a lot of opportunity to come out, help out, or really just kind of take in the controlled chaos that we have out there. Last year was probably, one of our biggest events number-wise for the movie in the park. So we're anticipating the same. So it's a great time and everything is free.
Aaron mentioned the 11th, the following day is a rain date. I'm assuming that everything would move over. We'd still do the master plan kickoff and the storyboard opening.
Yes.
Along with, okay.
Yep.
So it's a rain date for everything.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you. Any questions about any of those opportunities? Hearing none, no unscheduled visitors or action items that I'm aware of. Would bring us straight to board time. Dan, do you have anything to share for board time? Christina?
No, I don't.
Thank you. I'll share a couple things. One, thank you to the 4th of July committee and all the folks that volunteered and helped out with that event. One of the bigger things that we do. And unfortunately, I wasn't here, but I've heard nothing but good things. So glad the weather was nice. And thanks again. Not only all of you, you already thanked UES before. Couldn't do it without them. So we appreciate all the folks that pitched in there. And then I did want to say a quick word about the master plan process. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great opportunity to shape the future of parks in our community, and really hope that folks take advantage, provide input, because decisions are made by those who show up. Unless someone has something else, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to
Do I have-
adjourn.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor of adjourning? Aye. Meeting adjourned.